Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Makona Man at YouTube with another model video. Today we'll be unboxing, building and reviewing the Helier 1/72nd VAB 4-wheel drive armoured personnel carrier. Both the model kit and the vehicle itself is French manufactured, with the vehicle in active service to this day. The model contains 3 runners and a hull piece out of tan colour injection moulded polystyrene, a sheet of questionable water slide decals, and a very large, very comprehensive, very busy set of instructions that are fairly clear in an isometric view and a full mapped out colour guide. An original boxing, this was dug up at a wargaming swap sell event, which was purchased and gifted to me by a fox. This project will require glue and paint purchased separately. We'll be building this in a standard format with a regular set of tools, double cutting the parts off the runners, checking the number on the instructions and part guide, gluing it with homebrewed plastic cement with a little bit of nub cleanup. This one is a bit challenging with prominent clear parts mounted on the inside. A build paint order will need to be planned out. Otherwise, it is billed as a beginner-friendly project, and I do believe that. First, start with the bottom half of the hull, working on chassis parts such as the diff and drive shaft, a bit of stowage, a lot of fascinating detail, no more than several parts per panel, not overwhelming anyone. The parts have little guiding pins or dedicated areas that are easy to pinpoint and glue, but not snap fit. This all falls together very easily. Moving on to the wheels and tyres, which do stick together in 2 halves. I used a very thick cement, otherwise seam filling will be required unless you're not too fussed. The glass panels are now to be inserted in the top half of the hull and it goes together. I will not be gluing this permanently at this stage, as I'll be saving that for after painting. For colour separation ease, I'm also keeping the wheels separate. Moving on, we're adding all the detail to the top hull. There is a series of flaps that go over the windows that you can have positioned open or closed in many different configurations, plus the gunner hatch and little machine gun nest. I glued the majority of these bits and pieces shut, finishing the project. As suggested, it was very straightforward, easy, and all of this could be done in a single session. Still had fun. The model's fantastic, I highly recommend it, right in scale, proportion and detail. Moving to painting, I mount the 2 hull halves on skewers with alligator clips and the 4 wheels. Using a collection of Mr. Hobby paints, particularly the desert ones, which I had to get a top up from an automotive custom paint shop. I do use these tones a lot. The paint is well shook and stern, decanted in a small shot glass, thinned down further to the viscosity of water and added to an airbrush. For quick test, it's got great coverage and I am base coating all the parts. It also acts as a primer. I'm not worried about microfilling, looking for any mistakes, but it was pretty ideal due to thick cement and good assembly. I used a wet wide coat with a 0.5mm mini air gun that I'm really enjoying at the moment with a Hausching hobby compressor, normally paired with Heising. For definition and more visual punch, I also like to spray in 2 to 3 various tones. A darker colour is shaded around the base and bottom of the hull, especially darker shadowy areas under the wheel wells and very bottom, and a lighter sand colour on the top of the hull, focusing on the very top, shading the sides lightly. This paint set is wonderful as it cascades among each other, complementing the tone. The box art and instructions does suggest camouflage, and I'm going to be following that, painting the inside green, which I have noticed through reference material on Google, lightly outlining the pattern with a finer 0.3mm airbrush on a much lower PSI compressor and slowly colouring it in. Again, starting with a darker green and then picking up and painting in the middle of the lines with a lighter green for the top. creating further definition. I took great care by thinning the paint even further so I could have very fine control, and tested the condition and cleanliness on the airbrush by practicing a few thin lines before committing to the camouflage pattern. The line will be as thin as possible, and then I'll be colouring in further. Finishing off with these roof vents that has darkened colouring on references and the instructions. This was done with a clear black. After construction, I had the model sitting around for a few months to be in the right frame of mind for this level of painting. None of that was essential. You can opt in for hand painting, which is what I'm going to do for the rest of the build. The wheel, I had a few people ask how I go around it, and I prefer to paint the tyre black around rather than the sand colour, as that's shaded and tyres are in a single tone. It's going to be weathered later, and any brush strokes or issues are not going to be as noticeable. Rest of the detail, like the machine gun and stowage, was also picked up with a fine brush. Using PVA or wood glue, I glued the clear parts in. It is a little bit of a weaker bond, but it dries completely clear and will not damage or frost the clear plastic. I did the same for the wheels, as I'm very anxious about paint and plastic cement. Normally with decals, I've built a couple of Hellier kits and they're perfectly fine. This is an original 90s boxing, and it has sat around for quite a while. It was very thin and frail and broke in a few places, but giving credit, it still somehow worked. Tricky, but not a lot of trouble. All of this was sealed with a clear coat, and the next day I thinned down some tamiya panel line colour with gum turpentine and sludge washed the whole thing to allow detail to pop from the ink flooding detail and panels. Finishing off with makeup pigment applied on the wheels and other areas to dirty it and sand it up a bit, and sealing it all in a clear matte coat. Top coat can dissolve the pigment a bit, and did a second and third touch up for very subtle build up. With the windows masked off with Watashi masking paint tape. And this concludes the build. It was got and gifted on an absolute impulse. I still allow myself to impulse purchase, request, acquire kits, as they're very quick to build and put together, and was that keen constructed it a month or so after it got into my hands. Everything from the runners, the box art, to the finish is very charming and reminiscent of something like a classic Airfix or older vintage brands that are no longer made. There are of course aftermarket or further improvements that can be done, like a superior machine gun internal detail, figures. There's probably even a better model on the market, I'm not too sure. But it just hit the perfect spot of a nice quick project in between much bigger daunter models. Very happy with the finish, and will be pleased to have this a part of my greater 72nd AFV collection. This concludes the video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay tuned for further content, and we'll catch you guys next time. Please be sure to check out the description section down below for references and links to social media. This video may be popular and attract new viewers. Hello, welcome. I have an entire catalogue of 72nd. See you later.